Nathan, that's a good point, I think.
Oh, definitely. Look, considering we come here and 2 years ago these were Premier League side, and we come up against these week in, week out. Not only that, they've an extra day's rest, which is a big vital factor and stuff. And I think just second half we just ran out of steam a little bit. We looked a little bit tired second half, but 4 points on the road, and we have to. That's what we have to remember. It's not just the point we had today, but it's 4 points on the road. I would have taken that at the beginning of the week. So look, really delighted, proud of him, proud of the work rate, proud of the desire to get a result. And as I said, ideally would have loved 3 points, but we always do.
I was going to say, if you take the two results together, which you've been away and there's injuries and all that sort of thing, that's a good return.
Oh, definitely. And look, people have put in massive shifts. People like Matty Pearson, Sonny Bradley, Martin Craney. I've played so many 90 minutes and things. Pelly Ruddock. That look, it's taken its toll really, and then it waters down. We'd have loved to have had a real sharpness about a second half. But we're just repeating games. We've needed to get to this point. Someone said to me after Saturday's game, look, you're going to get 4 points on the road. You're going to be where you are in this international break. We'd have been we'd have taken that all day long, and we've not overachieving. We're not underachieving. We're in the place where we feel we are. Probably the Forest result, we could have had 2 more points, and if we had 2 more points, we'd be in an even better position. But look, I'm delighted with the return I'm getting. I'm delighted with the work rate. I'm delighted with the application and the strength of the squad. So look, we're in a decent place.
And you've given George Moncur his chance, and he's taken it today. A lovely move.
He's been really patient, the boy. Really patient, and look, brilliant in training. And then we gave him his opportunity last week, against Rotherham. He took it because he was excellent, apart from finishing, because he should have scored. And I just felt he was on the brink of scoring. I didn't envisage him scoring like he did today, but in terms of that, I just feel he would. And look, brilliant. And I'm delighted for him because he comes in every day. He lifts. He's like Pelly Ruddock. He's exactly like Pelly Ruddock. Lifts people, gets people. He's been given his opportunity and taking it, and I'm so happy for him.
And good to see James Bree back as well, who made quite a difference in that second half, just sort of keeping Toffolo back, but also getting forward himself. Well,
I'm kicking myself because I've tried to get the sub done really early. I was trying to get, and it just took me a minute longer than I would have liked. And then they've scored through exactly how we wanted to combat that. So look, it's one of those things. I'll kicking myself for not doing it earlier. But yeah, it's great to see Breezy back, Laurenton Davis as well. So we're in a good place. We had a bit of a not so much practice match but training session yesterday, 11v11, and in all honesty, you wouldn't have told which side was going to start one day and which start was. We've got a good squad now, good strong squad. A few of them going away with internationals, so we're hoping.
Well, it's lovely to see them do well. I'm sure James Collins would love to be playing at Wembley, but you'll be keeping half an eye on how many games they play.
Well, for James it's slightly different because he was out with coronavirus. I don't mind him going away too much because probably the game time will do him good, and the buzz. People like Reece doesn't need to be going away. He's had so much football, but that's it. And Joe and Tom. So I don't mind. We're proud of our internationals. For us Luton to have 5 internationals going away shows we've come a long way in that spell.
You can't say no to Wales either, can you?
I'd like to. They've said no to me enough. But no, look, we're proud of them, and we have 3 Welsh internationals, an Irish international, we have a Croatian international, so it shows the club's in a good place. We've come so far, we really have, and we have to remember that sometimes. And when I'm saying come so far, history says we were a top side. Then things are, and we've had to regather that, and now we're competing on a wonderful level with all these top sides with big budgets. Brilliant, it's a great place to be in, and I don't think we should be forgetting that.
This is quite an important moment for George now because he's not really started back-to-back league games since he's been here. He's done that today now and scored as well. So how important is this for him to push on?
I think he has. I think he done Fleetwood and Coventry.
He's done it once,
yeah, he done it once. So yeah, we know all these things, but we want push boundaries here. We want George Moncur. George Moncur had an opportunity to leave in the window, and we said to him, well, you can go back to League One and get promoted and then come in here, but you have to learn, you have to get better as a player. Sooner or later, someone's got to get you by the scruff of the neck and say, this is what you need to do to be a top championship player. And he's now taking that on board. Penny seems to have dropped with him. He wants to, and he's a great kid. And I brought him here. Even though he signed after I left, I brought him here. That was lined up. So I know what he can do. And I said he's showing that. And in possession, no problem whatsoever. He's being productive. Out of possession, can we get more out of him? Yes. Are we? Yes. Is he a better player now for it? Definitely.
Is that just working the training ground now? Is that just that you come and put yourself to do that?
Look, all the coaching staff working with him. Chris Cohen works a lot with him in terms of out of possession. We reiterate stuff to him because he has real talent. Elliot Lee did it. Elliot Lee's been magnificent for us. You know, when he first came, I thought, I'm not sure he can do it, and he's changed, you know, his mentality, my mentality towards him, and he's been magnificent, and that's what you have to do. And now we are competing at a wonderful level, and that's what I really want to emphasise, because we are, you know, we're coming into these games now expecting to get results, whether wins or draw or whatever it is. We're winning games, we're picking up points, we're hard to beat, we're tactically aware, we're training at a level, we've got a great young, athletic, enthusiastic squad, and we're looking to get better. So look, the club's in a wonderful place. If this corona would finally do one, we you know, the world seemed to be better.
The fact that George has decided to stay and really battle for this place now, how much does that show about his desire to?
We've had a few, you know, and Ryan Tunnicliffe's another one. Ryan Tunnicliffe's had an opportunity to go to a wonderful football club and didn't, and wanted to stay, wants to fight, believes in what we do here, and we're delighted. We're delighted with that because, you know, we want to achieve something, and we're going to need a strong squad to do that. My job is absolutely so difficult on a Saturday morning when one, you got to pick the team, then you got to pick a bench, you know, and the four we left out today would get in a lot of championship sides and definitely would have got in past Luton sides. So it shows we're in a good place. Difficult, but shows we're in a good place.
And the goal, another set piece, which must be pleasing as well.
Of course, we work on them. We'd like to be, you know, we'd like to score one from open play as well. We'd like to have got the second. I think if we get the second, as in the other day, we would have, you know, we would have gone on and won the game, I think. But look, as I said, it can't be too disappointed, because if someone had said to me at the beginning of the week, and we lost to Brentford, right, and we're comfortably beaten, so if someone had said you're going to get 4 points and you will finish the week above Brentford, then, you know, they're a wonderful football inside. And as it stands now, we're above them.
Josh Koroma was a threat to them all afternoon. Should he have been on the pitch though after that?
100% no. 100% no. It's a massive decision in the game, and he got booked. And the second one is a stonewall, unequivocal, unarguable yellow. So he should have been thing. But you know, that's what happens, and that might have changed the game. But that wouldn't say we would have gone on and won the game. But that is a decision that we weren't happy with, and we spoke to the ref about it. You know, we weren't vociferous with it, but we expect him to do that. I think if he hadn't been booked prior to it, it would have been 100% yellow. But look, I'm not sure how much you can comment on referees and so on and so forth. So referee was good, to be fair, but that was a decision we felt that he got wrong.
Just defensively, must be pleased second half. I know they did score, but kept out some clear-cut chances and the one goal win.
Look, we're doing that. We've got to be more fluent. We've got to get more goals, because then we'll win more games. But defensively, we're working so hard. You know, from goalkeeper to back four to midfield to the front players work so hard, putting big shifts, and big shifts mean that we're picking up points and picking up results. And look, if anyone had said to Luton fans, you would be, after 11 games on 17 points, you'd be in this position, 5 points off top of the league, only a dreamer would say no. A realist, a pragmatist, a thorough Luton fan would have said, we'll take that, and I would have as well. And that's not me being, you know, thinking we've overachieved or underachieved. We haven't, and we've deserved those points.